Fox Sports.
We are the Fox. We are Minnesota.
The Twins lineup finally broke loose last night. 10 runs, 15 hits, and an easy win over the Kansas City Royals to even the series at a game apiece. And it's a beautiful afternoon here at Target Field. The Twins hoping to pick up their second series win against the Kansas City Royals. And good afternoon from Target Field. Dick and Bert with you for the final game of this 3-game series with the Kansas City Royals. Last night, the Twins, out of necessity, decided to give Eduardo Nunez his first start as a leadoff batter in the major leagues. Things turned out rather well.
Yeah, pretty good for Nunez. You know what? Twins have usually Brian Dozier. We saw other hitters there, but Nunez just coming off the disabled list and having so far a very good series against the Royals. 5 for 9. He had a home run last night, his third of the year. He's driven in 3 runs. And what you want your leadoff hitter to do, score runs. He scored 3 times last night.
So a good night for Nunez, a good night for the lineup. It was a decent night last night for Ricky Nolasco, and the Twins are hoping to get another good start from Kevin Correa, his mound opponent Jason Vargas.
Yeah, one first thing about Kevin Correa, he's getting better and better as the season goes on as far as his earned run average. Still high at 5.08. Vargas has not pitched real well here at Target Field, so we got that going for us. For Kevin Correa, he'll be looking for his first career win against the Royals. This will be his 9th career start. Keep the ball in the ballpark, quick, get some ground ball double plays like that right there. Hopefully the Twins come out victors at the end.
It was a good night last night for the Twins and their fans, but last night during the game, Joe Mauer had to leave the ball game. We'll get an update on Mauer's status when we come back to Target Field, getting you set for Game 3 with the Royals. Baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. And by Chrysler, imported from Detroit.
The Twins have a chance to win their first series in the month of July. They play the rubber game against the Kansas City Royals this afternoon here at Target Field. Hi again, everyone. I'm Marnie GELLNER. Last night, Joe Mauer left the game after the fourth inning with a strained oblique. He came in this morning and said he felt worse, so the Twins put him on the 15-day disabled list and called up Chris Colabello. The injury happened on this swing. It was a productive injury, though, two-run double for Mauer. Mauer said he's never been shot before, but that's what he feels. He says he feels like being shot would feel after he injured himself, and said that he'd been having some nagging soreness in that area, but last night on that swing, it finally gave.
Leaving the park last night, I was pretty sore. Frustrating, and yeah, I mean, I think you guys all heard I'm going on the DL, and hopefully I can get back in the lineup when I'm up.
Mauer said he has never had an oblique injury before, and he'd had soreness over the last week, but made sure to stress that was nothing more than the usual aches and pains that a player goes through throughout a season. He's hoping to only need the 15 days on the DL plus a little extra time on the All-Star break. Mauer's out. Chris Parmelee's at first. The Twins go for a series win next.
July with plenty of fireworks at the plate. It was a much-needed shot in the arm on offense from up and down the lineup. Today, they look to continue their success against the Central and grab a series win against the Royals. And weather-wise, pretty much a perfect afternoon for baseball. The Royals leave after the game today. They've got an off day tomorrow. And the Twins, of course, open up a series tomorrow against the Yankees. Eduardo Nunez looking forward to that series, a former Yankee. The Twins hoping to pick up their second series win against the Royals. As we mentioned last night, the Twins played 6 series with Kansas City last year, didn't win a one. They had a 3-game sweep over Kansas City here earlier this year. The Menards batting order for the Royals. Alcides Escobar leading things off, then Eric Hosmer, 4 hits, all singles last night. Then Billy Butler, Alex Gordon, Salvador Perez, Raul Ibanez, Omar Infante, Mike Moustakas, and JARROD Dyson.
And Kevin Correa, 33-year-old, will be making his 9th career start against the Royals, looking for his first win, 0-4. And Correa has pitched better as of late. Now he's coming off a game in Arlington, Texas, where he gave up 4 runs in 6 innings. Ended up losing that ball game 5-4. The only biggest damage was Adrian Beltre's 2-run home run off of him.
Northland for defense, and we'll be looking at the lineup without Joe Mauer for at least 2 weeks. Josh Willingham in left, Sam Fuld in center, Oswaldo Arcia in right. Chris Parmelee will play first base today, along with Chris Colabello eventually. Dozier, Nunez up the middle, Blue for third, and Eric Pryor behind the plate. Parmelee's done a decent job in the outfield, but I think he would tell you he's a little more comfortable at first base. And Colabello got here this morning after about 2 hours of sleep last night, and he'll be seeing some at first base, sometime at first base as well. First pitch strike to Alcides Escobar.
Well, here this afternoon we have 2 pitchers that rely on control, not overpowering pitchers. They rely on changing speeds and keeping the ball down.
Escobar taking over the leadoff spot. Lorenzo Cain had been hitting there. Here's a fly to right, and Arcia over a few steps to put it away. 1 down. Cain not in the lineup, even though he's got pretty good numbers against Correa. But Cain's had a hard time making contact, so he'll start this game on the bench. Jeff Kellogg starting the game behind the plate. Brian O'Nora, Corey Blazer, Pat Hoberg, the rest of the crew. Yeah,
Kellogg, the crew chief, he's been umpiring at the major league level a long time. This is his 23rd year.
Eric Hosmer, the hitter, 4 singles for the Kansas City first baseman last night. Strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, Royals good hitting ball club, hitting .262, but last in the American League in home runs with 47 hit. A lot of singles, some extra base hits.
One and one. The league average is .254. All the teams combined hitting .254. And the Royals are about as high above the norm as the Twins are below it. Twins hitting .245 and the Royals .262.
Yeah, Royals third in the American League in hitting, behind the Tigers and the Orioles.
Foul back. And as we said last night, with Dale Swaim inserted now as the hitting coach, they've got another one in Raul Ibanez, who should offer some mentorship, I would think, for a lot of these developing players like Hosmer. Swaim, the 4th different hitting coach over the last 2 seasons, and that's counting George Brett, who I don't think was ever intended to be the long-term hitting coach for the Royals.
Right.
2-2 to Hosmer.
Yeah, Dale Swaim, the former manager of the Cubs, former Milwaukee Brewer. Had some good years there with the Brewers.
And now 3-2.
Correa only 20 walks in 90 innings in a third. He's given up 111 hits in the 91 innings. Billy Butler on deck. Correa making his 3rd start against the Royals this year. 0-1 with an ERA just under 5.
Fouled at the plate.
Actually, this pitching matchup this afternoon was the same it was back in early April. On April 13th here, it was Vargas against Correa. Both starters had a no decision. Twins won that game 4-3.
Full count again to Eric Hosmer. And he took a walk, and Correa a little disgusted with himself. Hosmer at first base, this time with a free pass. Bring up Billy Butler. Hosmer's reached in his first at bat in the first inning of all 3 games. In the game 2 nights ago, Butler took him and himself off the bases, hitting into a ground ball double play.
Butler's hit into 3 double plays already. Correa has been able to get 7 double plays turned behind him in his first 16 starts.
The first pitch strike.
Butler 6 for 17 lifetime against Correa.
Chases a high fastball, 0-2.
Butler in his 8th season with the Royals, an all-star for the Royals back in 2012 when the game was played there in Kansas City.
Foul back. Remember, the big stink in Kansas City was Robinson Cano didn't pick Billy Butler for the home run hitting contest, and now 2 years later we're approaching the break and Butler has just 2 of them. 2 strikes. Correa to Butler. Fryer with a nice catch, 1-2. Royals have an off day in Cleveland tomorrow. They take on the Indians, finish this road trip in St. Petersburg against a revitalized Tampa Bay Rays team. Breaking ball lifted foul over the Twins dugout.
Yeah, Rays just trying to get back into that race. They're still in last place in the American League Eastern Division, 9.5 games behind Toronto.
But they keep beating the Yankees and the Yankees keep losing, and suddenly there's just 6 games difference between New York and Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with the Rays and the Yankees. Rays have had their number over the years.
1-2 to Butler. Struck him out. 2 down, and it'll bring up Gordon.
Well, Butler chasing a high fastball. And Correa picking up a strikeout. That's his 46th strikeout on the season in 91 innings pitched. So averaging about 4.5 strikeouts per 9 innings.
Butler's already hit into 3 double plays in this series. And now Gordon. Striking out here instead of a ground ball double play. And Gordon takes up an away ball 1.
Yeah, Gordon kind of going through a little bit of a slump right now. Just 4 hits in his last 34 at bats, hitting just 118 over his last 10 games.
There's the outside corner. The improvement we've seen from Correa, I think, is more pitches like the one we just saw. When Kevin was going good last year for the Twins, he was able to move the ball in and out and never get too much of the plate. And the first couple months of the year, it seemed like he was really getting too much of the plate an awful lot.
Yeah, with his fastball just falling behind.
Bounce toward the hole. And Plouffe has to set and fire to retire the Royals in the first. Motto true regardless of who it is you lose. Next man in. The Twins will send out this Menards batting order this afternoon. Eduardo Nunez in the leadoff spot. Brian Dozier hitting second. Chris Parmelee third. Kendrys Morales, Josh Willingham, Oswaldo Arcia, Trevor Plouffe, Eric Fryer, and Sam Fuld.
And Jason Vargas, a left-hander, on the mound this afternoon for the Kansas City Royals, making his 18th start. His third start against the Twins. Both starts he's pitched well. 1-0, 1.29 ERA over those two starts. One here against Kevin Correa, and then one in Kansas City, back-to-back starts.
And he'll face Eduardo Nunez, leading things off. Good day at the plate, including his third home run. As a Twin, Vargas in his last start gave up 3 home runs. Second time he's done that in a start this year. On the outside corner, a strike. You see it, I think, more often with lefties than righties, and lefties that have a good changeup like Vargas. Left-handers actually hitting Vargas better than right-handers. Missing the outside corner 1-1. Then the story goes they're just less apt to throw a left-handed batter one of their best pitches, a changeup. Nunez tries to bunt. It goes back to the screen, 2-2.
Yeah, opponents hitting 264 off of Vargas. Left-handers hitting 274. Right-handers 260. He's only given up 1 home run to a left-handed hitter, and that being Alex Avila with the Detroit Tigers.
1-2 is the count to Nunez, and now 2-2.
He'll top out at 88, 89 miles an hour. Kind of sets up that changeup.
Vargas chases the changeup. 1 down.
Well, there's that changeup you were talking about, Dick. A couple fastballs at 88, then he'll drop down to 83, 84. A little like a screwball almost, spun away from Jason Vargas. MOA scouting report: not overpowering, relies on movement, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. He has had trouble here at Target Field. In 6 career starts, he's just 1-2 with a 7.36 earned run average. 25 2/3 innings pitched here at Target Field. 39 hits allowed and 21 earned runs.
Missing inside to Dozier again. Made a start here back on April 13th. 7 innings, just a couple of runs allowed.
Then he went in his next start in Kansas City. He pitched 7 shutout innings against the Royals and beat the Twins 5-0.
2-1 to Dozier. Got the day off yesterday. Back in the lineup today.
A rare off day for Brian Dozier.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Another good changeup. Good location. Perez sitting away.
And Dozier protecting the plate, gets a piece of it. Gardenhire saw his team not do much offensively 2 nights ago, and a lot offensively went right last night. So far, a couple of strikeouts this afternoon. That'll bring up Chris Parmelee. Northland Ford defense for the Royals. Alex Gordon in left, JARROD Dyson in center, Raul Ibanez in right. Mustakas Escobar, Infante, Hosmer with Perez back behind the plate. Kind of surprised to see Perez catching. He doesn't get many days off, but Ned Yost usually gives him a day off before an off day to give him 2 days off. Not the case today. Parmelee takes ball 1.
Well, he came out, I think, in the 7th inning last night. So I guess maybe Ned Yost thought, that's enough rest.
2-0 to Parmalee, who going through a renaissance in his career perhaps this year and hitting .323 against left-handers.
Career high 11-game hitting streak going for Chris.
That is a fair ball down the line. Hits the corner wall, and Parmalee's going to hold up with a single. Fumbled in right by Ibanez. And Parmalee continues to sting the ball against lefties.
He said he's now 11 for 32 right now against left-handed pitchers this year. Got a fastball right there and lined it past Hosmer at first base. The carom goes to Ibanez, and you don't anticipate Ibanez fumbling the ball because Ibanez got to this ball pretty quickly. You see him charging the ball, set to throw to second. And it's a base hit for Parmalee,
who is now 6 for 11 against Jason Vargas. And he will get Kendrys Morales to the plate in the first inning. Fastball missing low, ball 1.
One home run for Morales came in Anaheim against C.J. Wilson, a left-hander.
22 at bats against Vargas, and he's taken him deep twice. And Vargas snags a line drive, and the Twins are done in the first. When we come back in the second inning, we'll be honored to have Twins catcher Kurt Suzuki join us from the dugout. Dick Bramer, Burt Blyleven, joined by Twins catcher Kurt Suzuki. Everything okay? He had kind of a rugged first 2 games of the series.
Yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. Part of the game.
Yeah. Just hope you don't get a sunflower seed stuck in your ear here.
Yeah, Esky's quite the clown right now.
Hey, Kurt, congratulations on a great first half for the Twins. Get Perez set up here after this first pitch, and he takes strike 1. I don't know that Twins fans knew much about your game. I know they're very happy with the batting average over 300. What has led to such a good offensive first half for you?
I don't know, just trying to stay consistent, not trying to do too much. I really worked hard with Bruno in the batting cage, starting spring training and working on approach and simplifying things. And we just try to keep it simple this year, and it's been working so far.
What is it about hitting here at Target Field? Is it the batter's eye, or what is it? Because you're hitting well over 300 here.
I don't know. I've always loved playing here as a visitor. Love the field, the atmosphere. Maybe it's the hitter's eye. I don't know what it is, but there's just something that I like playing here, and it's been working out so far.
The other night you took a foul ball off the wrist area, just above that, and it seems like right now you're kind of going through a spell where you're getting hit a lot behind home plate. I talked to you yesterday, and you said it was still a little sore. Is it healing up quickly?
Yeah, it's feeling better every day. It's just one of those bone bruises that just kind of annoys you more than anything. It's not anything serious, and it's part of the gig. If I wasn't able to do that, take all the punishment, I'd probably move out of being the catcher. But it's part of the gig, and it comes and goes in spurts, like you said. Sometimes you get a lot, sometimes you don't.
We got some viewers sometimes, Kurt, that might want to be a major league catcher like yourself one day. Now, I did talk to you too. When that hand was exposed with a runner on, you kind of put it down. I'm watching Fryer right now. His hand is kind of exposed too. With nobody on, you kind of put that right hand behind your back. But with a runner on, you kind of are. Why are you putting it in front? To get rid of the ball maybe a little quicker?
Yeah, it's for the exchange purpose. The closer you can have your hand to your glove, without putting it in too much danger, would definitely help speed up the transfer and getting the ball down to second base faster, and giving yourself a better chance to throw the guy out. So that's one of the main reasons why we do that.
Just fouled down the right field line. You've had everything happen to you. Foul tips off the mask. There's the foul tip off the right wrist. You've had batters come through, hit you in the helmet with their backswing or follow through, and then last night running into the railing.
Yeah, that was quite an adventure, to say the least. I always like to call it false hustle.
Well, when we showed you Terry Steinbach right there, you guys were kind of saying, that ball was drifting back. And that's one thing, when a hitter hits it straight up, the ball kind of comes back toward the infield, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And that's one of the hard parts. This is kind of a twilight kind of sky, too. I had a hard time picking it up. That's why I took quite the route, the scenic route to the ball. So, it was foul, and we ended up getting him out anyway, so that was good.
Really nice play by Eduardo Nunez going into the hole to get the force play of Perez at second base.
That was a very nice backhanded play to get the force out.
Kurt, you think at all about the chances, and frankly, I think they're pretty good that you might be named to an all-star team.
Thinking about it, the main thing for me right now is just having fun, and all that kind of stuff that comes along with it. It comes along with winning. The more games you win, that probably means everybody on the team's doing their part. Everybody's doing a good job, and so that right now our main focus is winning. And if you keep winning ball games, usually things will play out in your favor, and that's kind of the main focus right now. But definitely be cool.
Hey, and we're pulling for you, believe me, and people still get the chance to vote, so please do. But you take a lot of pride in catching sometimes a great pitch game over sometimes going 4 for 4, don't you?
Oh man, my favorite part is catching guys looking strike 3, flailing at pitches strike 3, double plays, shutouts is one thing that I really keep track of. I believe we have about 4. I've been behind it for about 4 this year, and the more the better. But those are the games that they really excite me, just because I know that all the scouting and the homework that I do before games and the scouting reports with the pitchers and everything just kind of culminates and comes together. It's just a great feeling to have.
Last few starts, you've caught this guy. Tell us about Kevin Correa, the struggles he had the first couple months, and the signs of improvement that you've seen from behind the plate.
Well, the movement on his fastball obviously is the first thing that comes to my mind. Is his two-seamers really staying down in his zone. He's able to throw it backdoor to righties. He's throw it down and into righties. He's throw it away to lefties. It really just keep the ball out of the middle of the plate. Early in the year, he was up a little bit more, and things tend to flatten out a little bit. But recently he's been throwing unbelievable, keeping guys off balance, mixing in that curveball and that changeup. So he's been doing phenomenal.
I know you caught Ricky Nolasco last night. He has not been an Nolasco I think the Twins have wanted him to be, but I think last night he battled for 6 good innings.
Yeah, you know, I'm always going to be a fan of Ricky. You know, the guy's a professional. He goes out there, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to get guys out. He knows what he wants to do out there, and you know, obviously the start of the season hasn't been going his way, but you know, the guy goes out there every single day and he competes. And as a teammate, as a catcher, that's all you can ask for is the guy goes out there, gives you 100% and competes his butt off, and that's what Ricky's been doing.
You know, one thing I know myself as a pitcher, I always wanted my catcher sitting to my right or left on the day that I pitched, so I wouldn't have to go down at the end of the bench to ask him maybe, because you become almost like a second pitching coach.
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's the one thing is I'm a big fan. I like to go down and talk to pitchers between innings and see what's working and what's not, and kind of give them a little idea of what I was thinking in certain situations. But you know, I usually have my seat right at the end of the dugout here. The pitchers, I don't know, they try to sit towards the end of the dugout to stay away from everybody. But you know, I definitely make my way down there for sure.
Well, we just saw Infante right there, kind of just on a pitch away, just right off the end of the bat, and that ball almost went foul, but it stayed fair for a ground rule double.
It was fair about as much as Ibanez's was foul a few moments before that. Kurt, you've hit just about everywhere in the lineup, and I won't ask you where you would prefer, because I would think you'd probably say you don't care, but does it change things at all, whether you're hitting second or maybe 6th or 7th in terms of your approach at the plate?
You know, not really. You know, my main focus right now is really just having a quality at bat and trying to hit the ball hard, getting a good pitch to hit, and hit it hard somewhere. You know, whether I'm hitting second, whether I'm hitting 5th, 6th, 7th, it doesn't really matter. What really matters is me having good at bats constantly and try to be as consistent as I can with it.
2-0 now to Moustakas.
And Moustakas, very good numbers against Kevin Correa, 6 for 14, a .429 batting average.
Correa trying to pitch out of a situation here. He's given up a couple of hits, 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. 2-0 to Moustakas. Well, Kurt, we will thank you for your time here, and keep our fingers crossed and keep our family members and friends voting. It'd be awesome for you to represent the Twins in your first year with Minnesota in the All-Star game.
All right, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kurt.
You got it.
Moustakas on 3-0, green lighted, and he swung a ball 4. 3-1.
I know this guy is hitting only 185, but he has seen some of his best. We have seen some of his best at bats against the Twins. A career .271 hitter against the Twins, and has enjoyed hitting here at Target Field.
Pass Parmelee into right field. Ibanez will score. Infante will be held. And it's 1-0 Kansas City.
Well, good strong throw by Arcia, but Infante had to kind of stay there and make sure that that ball was not caught by Parmelee. Moustakas picking up his 31st RBI as Ibanez does score. Just out of the reach. And that's why Infante had to stay around second base. But he scoots over to third.
There's JARROD DYSON. Royals with 3 hits in the game's first run here in the second inning.
Yeah, Dyson, a speedster. He's a tough guy to double up. He has hit into 2 double plays.
Strike on the outside corner. 120 at bats and only 21 strikeouts.
I think what we saw in April and part of May for Correa is those multi-run innings that really mounted against him. You know, he gave up a lot of 3-run innings, 1-5, 1 7-run inning. Trying to control the damage right here.
And with his speed, double play depth is a little bit shorter than it would be otherwise. You've got Dozier and Nunez playing in a little bit, almost even with the second base bag. One and one to the Royal speedster. In the inning, 3 hits, and the 1 out was recorded on a great play by Nunez going into the hole to pick off Ibanez's ground ball. 2-1.
Well, for some reason, Correa has had more trouble here at Target Field than he has on the road this year. An ERA coming into this ball game in 8 starts here at Target Field at 6.55 compared to 3.7 on the road in 8 starts.
Check swing, but I thought it was going to be a called strike.
I thought Jeff Kellogg was going to put up that right hand.
3-1 now with Escobar on deck.
Take a look at the pitch inside. Fox track says there was a strike.
3-1. Ray already with 1 walk in the ball game. 1 sliced foul. 3-2. Royals actually have a losing record within the division. Had a particularly tough time with Detroit, even though they passed the Tigers in the standings a week and a half ago.
Correa needs a strikeout right here.
Full count to Dyson. Another one hacked foul.
Dyson has struck out 21 times in 120 at bats. Correa again not a strikeout pitcher. He does have 1 so far, that being Butler in the first inning.
Another 3-2.
It's like a fastball in.
Popped foul and out of play.
Nice grab. You know how many people bring their glove to the ballpark?
Dan Gladden still brings one.
Well, and you just sit, no matter where you sit, my ball might come to me. How about that? Brought his glove and the ball came right to him.
See behind the fan there that Dan uses to keep fresh air circulating around him doing the radio broadcast. And that's past Dozier. It's an RBI single. Really good at bat for Dyson. And a 2-0 Kansas City lead. 4th hit of the inning. Still only 1 out.
Yeah, Dyson picking up his 11th RBI. Hit it sharply past the diving Dozier. Ball scooted through the infield very quickly. Good contact by Dyson. Dozier diving for it, getting into center field.
The type of ground ball that Correa and the Twins were hoping for. If it had been hit at Dozier, would have been a double play. A single, a double, and a couple of 1-out singles in the bottom of the order, getting some work done here for the Royals. A quick trip to the mound by Rick Anderson. If you want to vote for Kurt Suzuki or Brian Dozier or any other Twins or any other player, you just want to vote, you can vote up to 35 times at twinsbaseball.com. Vote exclusively there or on your mobile phone. Voting ends Thursday, tomorrow at 10:59 Central Time. Because as we all know, in New York, the world pretty much stops at midnight. Nothing to do in New York. All the establishments are closed.
You turn all the lights out.
Yes. Here's a drive to left off the bat of Escobar. That ball is back, and it's caught at the wall. Willingham with a nice catch up against the fence.
I thought that ball was out of here. Good tracking by Josh Willingham, going back right against the wall and jumping up and making a nice catch. That's definitely saved a couple runs for Correa. That ball right there. And the swing I thought was a 3-run home run. Instead it stayed in the ballpark. And Willingham makes the catch, backs into the wall, and gets it back in. Look how high he got.
I'm just going to say that. He's got some ups.
Yeah.
2 down, 2 on. Here's Hosmer. Outside, ball 1. Now, who is the guy the Royals had him? A speedster that could jump over a car. Remember that guy?
Yeah, I do.
Wasn't Dyson, but it was someone of that type.
That's right, Joey Gathright.
Yeah. Missing the inside corner. I don't know that Willingham could jump over a car.
Well, I have a Hummer down in Florida. There's no way that he could jump over my truck.
Okay. Two 2-0 to Hosmer. Correa trying to keep the damage to 2 runs here in the 2nd inning. And now he's missed outside, he's missed inside, and he's missed high to Hosmer.
And that's what you want to do as a pitcher. You want to eliminate that damage control. 30 pitches so far here this inning. You can see the strike to ball ratio not good. Hosmer trying to hit a 3-run home run.
Well, earlier this inning, Moustakas got the green light on 3-0 and Chase. That time it looked like Hosmer missed one right down the middle. Three and 1. It's been a long inning for Correa. It'll be his 50th pitch.
Yep.
Foul back. Didn't bring my glove, but this one's coming close.
And Correa making his 17th start. Quality starts. That's what the Twins are looking for out of their starters. Give me 6 innings. Give me 3 earned runs or less. 7 of 16 starts for Correa have been quality starts.
Runners will take off here. Full count, 2 out. And ball 4. And now Butler will come up with the bases loaded.
Second time he has walked Hosmer.
And Hosmer just keeps reaching base every time he comes up.
4 for 4 yesterday. Finally made an out, I believe, in his last at bat. Did he not? No. 4 for 4 and 4 at bats.
Butler has 1 single so far in the series. And a big at bat here. It's just the 2nd inning, and you can recover from 2-0. It's hard to recover from a bigger number than that. So Correa is going to try to bear down and get the Kansas City DH. Popped up, fouling out of play. 1 strike. One strike, Correa to Butler. Breaking ball over, strike 2. It's just 2 runs and you can overcome that. Just think what this inning could have been if Nunez doesn't make his great play in the hole, if Willingham doesn't make a nice catch against the fence. We'll see if Correa can finish off Butler here and get the Twins off the field. Missing inside, 1 and 2.
Butler, the everyday designated hitter for the Royals. Career .298 hitter coming into this year.
1 and 2. Breaking ball guy.
Oh, boy, that fooled him.
Took a while, but Correa ended up finishing the inning and giving up just the 2 runs. 2 feet in the air, maybe?
Yeah, he's up there. He's up there.
Well, here's what we were referencing before. Joey Gathright, when he was with the Royals. Completely jumping over a Dodger pitcher. Now, if Josh tried to do that, a number of things could happen, and none of them are good.
I would not want to be the pitcher.
Willingham, Arcia, and Plouffe, and the Twins second against Jason Vargas. Stake to an early lead. Willingham takes outside. Looks like it had the corner. Basically, what you're looking at in Vargas, I think, is almost a Mark Burley clone. He has a little bit more fastball than Burley does, but he establishes it like Burley does, and then he seems like he always gets you out with the changeup. There's a strike, 2-1. At least right-handed batters.
Well, Vargas in his first season with the Kansas City Royals, 31 years old, signed a long-term contract as a free agent over the winter.
Willingham just 2 for 19 against Vargas with a home run, a Tapper foul.
Yeah, Vargas last year pitched for the Angels, was on a disabled list, little blood clot problems in his throwing arm, won 9 ball games, 58 major league wins.
2-2.
Came up with the Marlins, pitched for the Mets, the Mariners, the Angels, now in Kansas City.
There's in the inside corner, 3-2.
Yeah, Royals lost Irvin Santana to free agency. And Vargas available.
Full count to the leadoff man in the second. Scalded, foul. The wall beyond the tarp. Willingham hit a couple of balls hard last night. Hit a screaming line drive to the warning track in left field that Gordon made a nice catch on. Moustakas gobbles up the first hop and throws him out. That'll bring up Arcia. Time now for you to tweet a photo using hashtag NorthFanPhoto. A chance to have it shown in a broadcast brought to you by AT&T.
We were talking about Mark Burley and Vargas, a little bit of comparison between those two. And those two guys are pitchers. You know, you have certain days you'll see guys that are throwers. They come up here and just try to throw the heck out of the ball. And then you have guys that are crafty lefties or even crafty righties that really have to hit their spots, add and subtract. That's more pitching than just going out and just letting it fly.
Arcia in his first at bat against Vargas. 1-0. Fastball zings inside. 2-0.
58 wins, 61 losses, career ERA at 4.22 coming into this ball game. 10 complete games. He has 5 career shutouts.
3-0. Well, speaking of Burley, he's got to be on a fairly short list of candidates to start the All-Star game, I would think. 2.50 earned run average. Tanaka of the Yankees will start here tomorrow. He'd be a candidate. Felix Hernandez, Yu Darvish. 3-0. Twins down a couple of runs. We'll see if Arcia is green lighted like Moustakas and Hosmer were. Yes, and a fly lazily toward left center. Gordon with the catch, 2 down.
You get the green light, but you want a better pitch to hit right there.
With 2 down in the second, let's go to Marnie Gellner.
Oh. Trevor Plouffe last night hit his 23rd double of the season, which is a career high, and we're only halfway through this season. He said he's trying to be aggressive and not trying to do too much. He's also not trying to hit doubles, just drive the ball, and doubles have been the result. And while doubles have been up, home runs have been down. But Dick and Bird, he told me, I will take the production no matter what form it comes in.
Fouled back.
Yeah, 5 home runs. He's driven in 39 runs. That's the most of any Twin so far this year. He and Escobar tied for the lead as far as Twins in doubles with 23 apiece.
Toward the hole and through the hole. A 2-out single for Plouffe. Twins have 2 singles, and they both come with 2 outs in an inning. And that'll bring up Eric Fryer.
Fryer playing in just his 5th game for the Twins since being called up.
14 at bats. 3 singles. 1 run batted in. Strike on the outside corner.
Fryer, 28 years old, originally signed by the Brewers out of Ohio State.
What the Twins have now is a more conventional catching situation. Not very often you have a veteran like Suzuki and an understudy that is ready, they hoped, to assume more responsibility within this season and beyond, like HOSMER Pinto. This is a more typical setup now. There's a number 1 and a backup guy, a Fryer type, who's known for defensive skills, can do a nice job with the opponent's running game, call a good game, and you don't expect much offensively from the backup catcher. 1-2. Tapper left side. Moustakas fires to first, and the Twins are done in the second. On to the third with the Royals leading 2-0. Next, by Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealers today. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. Beautiful afternoon at the ballpark. Correa gave up a couple of runs. It could have been much worse for him and the Twins in the inning. The Royals got 4 hits and a walk and scored just the 2 runs. Alex Gordon will lead off the third.
Yeah, Correa 37 pitches in that second inning, now at 55 total, so he needs some quick innings to get deeper into this ball game.
Outside, ball one. Saw a lot of that in the second inning, falling behind hitters.
Correa's shortest start came in late April against the Tigers here, where he worked only 2 1/3 innings. Gave up 7 earned runs in a 10-6 loss.
Fouled away. 1-1. Twins won just 4 times against the Royals last year, and they've already beaten them 5 times this year. Basically trying to do what the Pirates did last year in the National League. A once very proud franchise falling on hard times, gradually over the span of a couple of years rising to contender status, and then the Pirates last year got into postseason play. Little number, and Plouffe has to charge it, fire on the run one way. And that's kind of the way the Royals have gone the last couple of years, with some prospects a couple of years ago. Last year they played very good baseball in the second half of the year, and if they do that this year, they might find themselves in postseason play.
Yeah, 86 wins last year. They ended up in 3rd place behind the Tigers and the Indians, but the first time that they have been over 500 last year since 2003, when they went 83 and 79. So they have not been to postseason since 1985, and that was a pretty good year for the Royals.
It was a good year for them to get into the postseason. They ran the table. Perez had to change a bat. He came to the bat or home plate with
Detroit playing a lot better, but the Royals trying to hang in there, 4.5 games back. White Sox lost a doubleheader yesterday to the Angels, so they drop in last place with the Twins winning.
Last year the Royals had an awful month of May. They won only 8 games, but they finished the season looking like a contending team because they finished the season with 4 straight winning months. 16-11 in June, 15-10 in July. The ball hit to the left field corner hard and foul. 16-15 in August and 16-10 in September. In fact, they had a winning April. It was just the month of May that did them in last year. They're hopeful that there will be a playoff spot or more open in September, and they'll have a good finishing kick like they did last year. 2 strikes to Perez. Checked his swing. 1 and 2. For a while it looked like they were 10-game winning streak and all, they were going to be in first place for a while. It turns out it was just a very brief time.
It's a wake-up call for the Tigers.
Yes, it was. One and 2 to Perez. Royals were in first place for 3 days a couple weeks ago. Perez is going to need another new bat.
Perez, only 24 years old, from Venezuela, signed by the Royals as a free agent in 2006. When he was 16 years old. Correa getting inside. Perez on his 3rd at bat. In this at bat, his 3rd bat.
1 and 2 from Correa, and now Perez tired of waiting. Old foul. breaking ball skied to center. Full makes the catch out, number 2.
One thing we have seen, now he has struggled especially in the second inning here today, but we have seen an improvement from Kevin Correa from April, May to June. 0-3 in April. May, the ERA 4.72, but in June 3.41 earned run average. Had that stretch against Toronto, Boston, and Chicago where he had 3 straight quality starts. First time this year he's had 3 back-to-back quality starts, and then he had his last outing in Texas.
Well, the Twins haven't fared particularly well with National League pitchers they've hired to come over and pitch in the American League, but Correa actually pitched better in his first year with the Twins last year than he had throughout his career in the National League. All the years in the National League he pitched to an ERA or with an ERA of 4.54, and last year a 4.18. 1-1 to Ibanez. That's hit a long way, but it's foul. And so you need to maybe have some perspective as to what type of pitcher he was when the Twins signed him. You know, an ERA of 4.5. Well, that's basically a quality start, right? That's 3 earned runs
in today's game, yes.
But it's not Cy Young worthy. It's nothing like that. He just was a nice bottom of the rotation type guy for some teams in the National League.
Well, after the 2012 season, the Twins were trying to improve their staff like they did over the winter, this past winter. Correa was available, signed a 2-year contract. He will be a free agent at the end of the year.
Ibanez gets his second hit with 2 outs in the third. Second hit for the Royals. Twins season ticket holders enjoy 10% off concessions and merchandise at Target Field all season long. 2014 season tickets are still available. And you can call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com and get more details. Infante pushed a double down the right field line, fair by a foot or less, and it was the big hit in a 2-run second inning. Strike 1. Correa has never pitched 200 innings in a season. Prior to last year, he'd won double digits in wins 4 years in a row. Last year was his 5th year with double digits in losses. The ball hit high and fairly deep to right center, but Arcia has it measured to end the inning. Bottom of the third with the Royals up 2-0. 2-0 Royals in the All-Star game Tuesday night, 2 Tuesdays from now, July 15th. But our All-Star live coverage on Fox Sports North is under a week away. Beginning Monday at 5, we begin 50 hours of original programming, 4 new shows, interviews with Twins legends and former and current All-Stars. For complete listings, go to foxsportsnorth.com. That logo has been everywhere in baseball. Twins have been on the road, and you see that logo now when we are the visiting team at ballparks all over Major League Baseball. Sam Fuld taking a strike. Fuld, Nunez, and Dozier. Down and away, 1-1. Full foul, 1-2.
Scotty Alger knocking it down and throwing the ball into the stands.
Twins have a couple of singles against Vargas. They both come with 2 outs in an inning. See if the Twins can get their leadoff man on. Nice catch by Ron Gardenhire, one-handing that ball with his throwing hand, not his glove hand. Now catching some grief from the back row of the dugout. Bouncer to the right side, and Hosmer feeds Vargas nicely. 1 away. Bring up Nunez.
Yeah, Vargas had to kind of kick it in because he knew who was running down that line. Fuld hustling down that line, and Vargas had to get over there very quickly to get the out at first.
And now everybody has to.
Yeah, they'll give him about
wait for this finely tuned best athlete on the team catch his breath.
You know that.
After that harrowing 60-foot sprint.
It's a long way, and the older you get, the further it is.
Here's Nunez, struck out to start the ball game for the Twins. Missing ball 1. Nunez, 3rd game back, 3rd game at short for the Twins. Eduardo Escobar getting another or a day off. 1-1. See Nunez make a good play in the hole earlier this afternoon. Two and 1. And there's the inside corner.
Nunez, 26 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Traded over on April 7th from the Yankees to the Twins.
3-2. Fouled off the end of the bat.
Vargas making his 18th start. He has pitched better on the road than he has at Kauffman Stadium. He's 3-0 on the road so far this year in 7 starts. 1.75 earned run average.
That's to left. Gordon over a few steps, now retreating to make the catch out number 2. Saturday, a full day of MLB action, beginning with the Twins and Yankees from Target Field at 1 o'clock here on Fox Sports North. The Diamondbacks take on the Braves on Fox Sports 1, then Baseball Night in America on Fox, as the Orioles take on the defending World Series champion Red Sox. A lot of baseball on Fox on Saturday. Here's Dozier, went down swinging his first time up, and he takes strike 1. Just need to get Dozier untracked.
Yeah, Brian Ofer's last 14 at bats.
Back to Moustakas, and it's a 1-2-3 third inning. Soup.com trivia question: who are the two Twins catchers to start for the American League All-Star team? Well, one of them is currently on the disabled list. You get a shot at Terry Steinbach, and Terry started an All-Star game, but as a member of the Oakland A's, so I don't think he fits the category. People in the truck trying to throw you off. Probably Earl Batty, don't you think?
That's who I was thinking. I was not going to say it. I was going to let the viewers kind of think about it.
Well, but I'm not saying it's right. I'm guessing
some names out there.
Well, Butch Weiniger was the youngest player to start or be in an All-Star game in 1976.
But he did not start.
He did not start. It was probably, I'm guessing, Thurman Munson, right? Probably started it for the American League. 2-0. And a ball fouled over the Kansas City.
Maybe Carlton Fisk.
Could have been.
Pitch count not good for Correa. 75 pitches. Trying to get the first out here in the fourth inning. 18 pitches in the first, 37 in the second, and 17 in the third.
Two and two. Mentioned Correa has lost 10 or more games in each of the last 5 years, trying to avoid his 10th loss today. You don't want to get double digits in losses on July 2nd. He's leading the American League with 9 as it is. Dozier backhands and throws to Parmalee one way.
There's that outfield arm by Brian Dozier as he plays out in short right.
We'll bring up JARROD Dyson. Dyson with a long at bat. The payoff was a sharp single to center. Middle and right over the pitching rubber and the second base bag.
Well, Dyson picks up his second hit. So the speedy Dyson at first base.
We'll see whether the Royals.
Yeah, location. That ball right down the middle. Correa tried to do a Frank Viola right there, but the ball got through.
Well, he did that against the White Sox a couple starts ago.
Yeah, he did. Well, Dyson with 12 stolen bases in 16 attempts.
The batter is Escobar. Just missed a 3-run home run his last time up. Very close. Dyson was leaning towards second base.
9 stolen bases against Correa in 11 attempts.
Inside.
It's about all you can do with a speedster at first base. Many times I was there with, you look at Ricky Henderson. Just try to make him stop.
1-0 to Escobar. And now a strike 1-1.
Yeah, look it up. 6 for 6 in stolen base attempts against Correa.
And for the longest time, Hosmer Pinto was catching Correa. And Pinto had some mechanical issues in his throwing. There goes Dyson. Twins pitch out. Friar's throw. Not in time. A lower throw, and he might have gotten him. But the Twins sensed something was coming, and it was.
Well, again, the Royals like to run a lot. That's their 65th stolen base. They've been caught only 18 times. Dyson got a great jump. Friar, good strong throw. It was high. Head first slide by Dyson as he gets into scoring position with 1 out.
2-1 now to Escobar. A couple of outfield flies, one to right, one to left. Flared foul. Royals have had a base runner on in every inning. Out hitting the Twins 6-2. Lingering around the second base bag, and Correa with a bluff move.
Well, you just want to show Dyson that you have that move in case he decides to maybe take off for third.
Two and two to Escobar. With an 89-mile-per-hour fastball, 2 down.
Up in the zone, Correa picking up his third strikeout. High fastball, and Escobar swings through it. Dyson at second base. Sometimes, I used to, when I wasn't pitching, I'd watch that runner at second base to see if he's looking in for the signs. Even though, you go through more than one sign, clubs like to steal signs.
Popped up. Kloof out. Hauled off by Nunez. And that ends the inning. Bottom of the fourth. Royals still up. Lead off fourth. Twins with just a couple of harmless 2-out singles against Jason Vargas. And it'll be Parmelee, Morales, and Willingham, the 3, 4, and 5 batters. If you just joined us and did not hear, Joe Mauer put on the disabled list today. Parmelee goes after the first pitch and fouls it back. Joe Mauer put on the disabled list today. Chris Colabello summoned overnight from Rochester. He was on a bus trip with the Rochester Red Wings. Got to Pawtucket and was told on the bus ride that there was a decent chance he'd be flying to Minnesota this morning. And he's here on the roster. 1-1 to Parmelee. 2-1. And for Colabello, the timing perfect because he really was stinging the ball pretty well at AAA.
Yeah, 6 home runs, hitting .275. He's driven in 27 runs in the 36 games. And for Joe Mauer too, you know, with the All-Star break coming, those 4 days they count for the 15 days on a disabled list.
Two to Parmelee. Up, back into the seats. The thing to remember, though, is this is one of those tricky injuries. And we'll have to wait and see how long it actually will take for Joe. The hope is that 15 days will be enough and he'll be ready to go right after the break. That is up the middle. Backhanded bobble, and Parmelee should get a hit.
He continues to pick up base hits.
I guess Escobar would have had a play on him if he'd have fielded it cleanly.
Well, you know, he had to go to his right there, backhanded. The ball kind of hit the top of his glove. Got it back in. Parmelee hustling down that line. Picks up his second hit.
And now Morales will hit a line drive back to Vargas to end the first inning. First time the Twins have gotten a base runner on with less than 2 out. 1 strike. Now he's got to hit a home run. You look at the scoreboard, the game's in progress. Tampa Bay, New York 2-2 in the 4th. Oakland, Detroit 2-2 in the 4th. Seattle, Houston scoreless in the 2nd. Milwaukee, Toronto 4-4. Everybody else is playing a tie game. So now I've got a call here.
Okay, good.
Look at that. The games that are in progress are all tied except this one. What inning we in?
We are in the 4th.
We got Tampa Bay, New York 2-2 in the 4th. Oakland, Detroit 2-2 in the 4th. This game destined to be 2-2 at some point here in the 4th. 1-2 now to Kendrys Morales.
Well, Vargas has given up 14 home runs, again 13 to right-handed hitters.
Morales has hit 2 home runs against Vargas in 23 at bats.
We're working it. That
Not
didn't work
this time. 1 down. Willingham will hit next. Let's get caught up with the Royals in front 2-0.
Well, 37 pitches used by Kevin Correa in the 2nd inning. 4 hits for the Royals. Dyson, an RBI single, made it a 2-0 lead. Vargas has taken over 3 1/3 innings. 3 hits allowed, all singles, with 3 strikeouts.
Willingham bounced to 3rd his first time up. Strike at the knees. Now inside, 1-1. Willingham spent a lot of time on the disabled list, yet he's second on the team in home runs to Dozier's 15.
Yeah, activated on May 26th.
Just almost 2 months, but still 7 long balls and 121 at bats. Half swing, but he went. I think.
Yep. Brian O'Nora, first base umpire, said he went.
1-2 to Willingham.
3 of 7 home runs for Willingham have come against left-handed pitchers.
Now up high. Arcia will hit next. Foul back. Trying to take advantage of Parmelee's leadoff infield hit. And Willingham strikes out, 2 away.
Another changeup, great location, almost the same pitch that struck out Morales.
And with Arcia coming to the plate, we have time to remind you that America's News Sports Network is the place to turn before every slam, every goal, and every game with America's pregame on Fox Sports 1. Streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Tune into America's pregame weekdays at 5 p.m. Central only on Fox Sports 1. And to find Fox Sports 1 on your cable satellite provider, go to where else? FoxSports1.com. Arcia with a fly to left his first time up, 1-0. Where Parmelee has excelled against left-handed pitchers, Arcia has really struggled. Coming into the game with a 135 average. Outside, 2-0. Striking out nearly half of the time against a left-hander. (3-0) with Plouffe on deck. Well, the Tigers got a run, Yankees got a run in the 4th, so we are no longer the only non-tied game.
Arcia had a 3-0 pitch in his first at bat, got the green light and hit that fly ball to left center. This time he takes a walk. First walk by Vargas.
And that'll bring Plouffe to the plate with 2 men on. Plouffe singled his first time up. Plouffe has a single. Parmelee has a pair of singles. He's trying to get on the board here in the 4th. Outside, ball 1.
Well, Plouffe with 5 home runs, 3 solo, 2 two-run home runs.
Swinging a foul, 1-1. Marney said before, Plouffe's home run numbers are down, but doubles, 23 of them and 254 at bats, very good. bouncing inside 2-1. I suppose the distinction should be made that the injury that Joe Mauer suffered is not at all similar to the one Trevor Plouffe had. Trevor Plouffe had a rib irritation. It was not an oblique. And from the very outset, the Twins were pretty confident that 2 weeks would be enough for Trevor. They just needed to shut him down, quiet the area down, and then build him up again. With Mauer, it'll be a different deal, perhaps, in terms of duration.
Well, you just don't know the severity of that oblique strain.
2-1 to Plouffe. Backhanded by Escobar. The force at second ends the inning, and the Twins leave 2 on and still trail 2-0.
$100 worth of scratch-off tickets for our winner today, Sharon from Newport, who is a survivor of pancreatic cancer. 9 years in remission. Also just celebrated birthday number 79. You told me life begins at 80. There's a lot for you to celebrate today, isn't there?
Yes, so now you know what you have to look forward to.
Life beginning at 80?
Yeah.
Dick and Bert are knocking on the door. They're about to hit the glory years then, huh?
Yes, yes.
What's so good about life after 80?
Oh, I go to the Y in Woodbury, and I have a good time, and I play cribbage and dance, line dance, all kinds of
I like cribbage.
Busy.
stuff. Yes, very busy.
Dick and Bert, life gets busy
Yes.
at 82.
I like it.
Well, thank you, Marnie, and congratulations.
Yeah, Sharon, nice going.
Butler
And way
retired.
to enjoy life. You are hereby circled.
What do you think you'll be doing when you're on the cusp of your 80th birthday?
Hopefully I'll still be playing golf somewhere.
Okay. You see yourself sitting around a card table doing jigsaw puzzles?
No, I'm not much of a game player. You know, I like poker. Maybe I'll go to Vegas and, go from casino to casino, play a little poker.
Okay. That has to be a seniors tour for poker players, isn't it?
I hope
Or is
so.
for everything
I'll
else?
find out. You imagine the playing cards that we'll have to hold?
One strike to Alex Gordon.
Is that a 5 or is that an 8?
Some long hands of poker.
Yeah. Are a pair of 2s good?
One and one. To Gordon, who's hit 2 ground balls to Trevor Plouffe. And now a tapper foul. Array of pitch number 90. Two and two.
Now, Correa's had only 2 outings where he's thrown over 100 pitches. Most he's thrown 108. Came 2 starts ago here against the Chicago White Sox, where he won 4-3.
And now a full count. With a 3-game lead over Cleveland. Just a game and a half ahead of the Twins. Tapper to the right side. Easy play for Dozier. 2 down. Go back to our Carsoup.com trivia question. Catchers who started for the American League representing the Twins. We thought Batty and Mauer.
Mm-hmm. Ding, 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 ding. Well, we got both of them, so we get a bonus.
That's why we say we have never gotten one wrong in 19 years of working together, because for multiple answer questions, if there were a 4-part answer, we got 3 of them. That's a carryover of 2 in our minds. So I'm just guessing that over 19 years, we're pretty much at even par, I would think. Here's Perez. It's very unlikely that Kurt Suzuki would start for the American League, but when you look at the vote getter, the top vote getter, Matt Wieters, undergoing Tommy John surgery.
Right.
Then you've got Derek Norris. Brian McCann of the Yankees admitted in an interview he doesn't think he deserves to be an all-star, even though I think he's second in the voting. You got the young man here, Salvador Perez, who might be the best catcher in the American League all around right now.
He made the all-star team for the first time last year. Gets hit right there by Correa on the left shoulder.
Perez will take his base, and Correa a little upset that he didn't have a 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th.
The elbow. He has that pad, taking some of the.
I would think, and Joe I'm sure would talk about it too, that being a catcher in an all-star game is a big thrill because of who you get to catch. You get, instead of having to hit against these guys, you get a chance to actually catch them. And if you enjoy catching, and they must, because they certainly take a lot of punishment back there, that has to be one of the ultimate thrills. I remember years ago when Joe Torre was managing the Yankees, and I wanted him to recount his experience in the 1965 All-Star game here, where he hit a home run at Metropolitan Stadium. He said, yeah, that was fine, but what he remembered about that game, he caught the whole game and caught 4 Hall of Famers. Bouncer to the right side should take care of business. And that does. And the Royals are done in the 5th. See if the Twins can get something in the run column in the bottom of the inning. fans of the game, apparently also fans of the Timberwolves, or at least one of them is. That's okay. With the Royals in front here 2-0. Just to fill in some blanks for you, I was talking about Joe Torre catching 4 Hall of Famers in the 1965 All-Star game. Eric Fryer will lead off the 5th for the Twins, and be followed by Fold and Nunez. Torre caught the whole game for the National League, and Earl Batty started behind the plate for the American League. But Torre caught Juan Marichal to start the game, then Jim Maloney, the American League, and Herman Killebrew feasted on him. They got 5 runs against him, including Killebrew's 2-run home run. Escobar throws out Fryer 1 away, and then Torre caught Don Drysdale, Sandy Koufax, Turk Farrell, and Bob Gibson.
Wow.
One down.
And he caught all 9 innings.
Yeah, caught all 9 innings. I don't know who the other catcher was on the National League side. But you hit a home run in an All-Star game, and you think, well, now that's a big deal, right? And Torre said, that was good, but you got to catch 4 Hall of Famers in one game, and didn't have to hit against them. One and 0. And a little bit of trivia about that 65 All-Star game. The starter for the American League was a Baltimore Oriole pitcher by the name of Milt Pappas, who that the next off season, was traded to the Cincinnati Reds for Frank Robinson. So you can understand the logic behind the trade from the Red standpoint. It's always been considered one of the more lopsided trades in baseball history. There's a strike to Fold, 2-2. But the Reds were getting the starter for the American League in the All-Star game the year before. 2-2 to Fold, with Nunez to follow on a foul ball.
Well, what year did Frank Robinson win the MVP for the Reds?
I don't know that.
Yeah.
It was 60.
Before.
Yeah, and then he won it in 66.
Right.
With the Orioles.
Yeah.
2-2. And Fold with a line drive, base hit. And the number 9 hitter's aboard with 1 out in the 5th.
'60, 1961 is when Frank Robinson won the MVP for the Reds.
Now Eduardo Nunez had a great day at the plate last night, looking to get his first hit here this afternoon. Poked down the right field line to the corner. Ibanez chasing it, and he's not going to get there. It's just foul. Remember, Ibanez himself hit a ball to the same spot in the field early in the ball game, and it just went foul. And Nunez's ball had enough slice on it, and maybe the wind helped push it across the line as well.
Yeah, not a lot of room right there, but that ball, you see Ibanez knowing that the wall's coming.
Strike to Nunez. Popped up near second base. Fonte started in, now goes back. Out number 2. That'll bring up Dozier. Dozier with a strikeout in the first, and then hit a line drive right at Moustakas in the third.
Dozier leading the Twins with 15 home runs. His last home run coming on June 14th in Detroit.
That's when he came back from missing a little bit of time with his back issue. One and 0. Fold takes off. Perez from his knees throws him out.
Wow. Fold getting thrown out for the first time this year by an outstanding throw.
And everything is on hold here. Fold looking toward the dugout, and here comes Ron Gardenhire to talk with Corey Blazer.
From his knees. Look at the jump that Fold had. Does he get his hands on the bag? I believe he's out.
Watch the left hand. That's the hand that was tagged. I don't know. He might have gotten a hand in there. The tag was actually on the chest.
The chest, right.
And the thumbs up from Paul Molitor. They will take a challenge here to try to get Fold into scoring position.
We saw the slide by Fold. He kind of, the dirt, or when he slid, it kind of slowed him down a little bit. Take a look right here. Watch that left hand. He's hoping to get that left hand on the bag, but stop. And the tag is applied on the chest, but it looked like the right hand ended up getting on the corner of the bag.
This might be the best angle here. There, he's touched the bag, and the tag was made to his chest. At least that's how I look. And my guess rate's about 50%.
Yeah, I think he's safe. He got that right hand on before the tag could be applied. They're showing it back on the big screen. Fold 7 for 7 in stolen base attempts. See if it will be 8 for 8.
A lot was made about part of this whole arrangement this year, showing the replays to the fans here, but in essence we're also showing them to the umpires who are standing down there waiting for the decision from New York, but they're watching the video replay too.
What a great throw by Perez, because you saw the jump that the speedy Fold.
This we think is the decisive look, so we'll give it to you one more time. You can't see the tag made. There's the hand on the base, and well, it sure looks like he's safe. We'll find out in a second. Safe. It was overturned, and Fold gets a stolen base.
Kind of why you're told as a middle infielder on that play is to put that glove right by the bag. Don't reach for the runner.
Count is 1-1 to Dozier. And now the Twins are hoping to get a 2-out hit to get a run on the board. Inside 2-1.
And that challenge took just over 2 minutes. There was a 19th challenge by the Twins, and 9 times have been overturned.
2 hopper hits sharply to Moustakas, who fires to first to retire Dozier and the Twins in the 5th. Target Field on a beautiful day. Twins down early 2-0. Now in the middle innings. Now look at the AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to #NorthFanPhoto for a chance to be shown in a broadcast brought to you by AT&T.
Oh, great photo. Great photo.
How old were you when you first went to a big league game?
Oh, I was probably about 15, 16 years old.
Oh, really? That old? Okay.
Dodger Stadium. With my pops.
Infante, the batter.
Saw Koufax pitch against Juan Marichal. Sat high in the nosebleed section.
Tickets probably cost you, what, 50 cents back then?
About that.
Foul ball hit pretty well into the seats down the left field line.
Didn't cost me anything. I made Dad pay. Those seats up there.
Still a pretty good seat.
Yes,
on a beautiful day like today. Foul back.
Well, that 37 pitches in the second inning has gotten the pitch count to 100 here. Looking for the first out in the 6th for Kevin Correa.
Correa's next start will be Monday in Seattle. And Nunez from the bag fired. Had to hurry, and he got Infante by a step. What a good play by Eduardo Nunez.
Yeah, it looked like Correa got a piece of that to slow it down just a little bit, but Nunez came in, made a nice play. On the run, underarm.
And to hop over the bag.
Yeah.
One down, that'll bring up Moustakas. Moustakas with an RBI single and a bouncer to second. Up and away, ball one. Other than the pitching matchup, what do you remember about that first game you saw at Dodger Stadium?
Just being there with Pops, I guess. How about you?
Well, the first game I major league game I saw was at Met Stadium. And of course, I was thrilled to actually see a game in person, having watched them on TV, listened to them on the radio.
How old are you?
Oh, I would guess 7 or 8, something like that. But I mean, it sounds like a cliche, but it was very true. I remember seeing how green the grass was, how beautiful the field was, because we were watching games on black and white TV back then in the early 60s. Foul back. It was sensory overload. I mean, just how beautiful it looked, the smells of the ballpark, and you know, the crack of the bat. It's just I don't know. I think they were playing the Red Sox, and I think they won like 12-5 or something like that. So I saw plenty of runs scored, but I still remember the vision of the grass at Metropolitan Stadium and how beautiful it looked. 2-2. Tap to the right side, and again from short right field. Dozier throws. Moustakas out, 2 down. Ever wonder what goes into hosting an All-Star game? Don't miss Under the Lights. Making of the All-Star game. See how the Twins in Major League Baseball are preparing for the first All-Star summer in Minneapolis since 1985. From logo presentation to planning the many events leading up to the game. Under the Lights, making of the All-Star game, premieres Friday at 5:30 on Fox Sports North. Of course, in 1985, there was no groundskeeping to speak of. They just, you know, had to make sure the vacuum cleaner was out there to pick up the sunflower seeds. Check swing. Strike 1.
Do you remember when the Twins were first given the All-Star game? How long ago that was?
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as they found out, I'm going to guess, what, 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 years ago.
I mean, there have been people working very hard to make this one of the best All-Star games ever.
3 ground ball outs. A good inning for Correa, but he finds himself behind 2-0. Presented by Toyota. Let's go places. To find your nearest Toyota dealer and check out our current offers, visit buyatoyota.com. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by McDonald's, where right now you can score a delicious, creamy McCafe iced coffee starting at just $1.59. Stillwater Lift Bridge, showing you the high waters of the St. Croix. Chris Parmelee with a couple of hits. The Twins have only 4. Parmelee has half of them, and he takes strike 1.
Yeah, Vargas pitching like he did in Kansas City back in April when he pitched 7 shutout innings against the Twins. Won that ball game 5-0. Giving up only 4 hits, all of them singles to the Twins.
3, 4, and 5 batters. Parmelee, Morales, and Willingham trying to get something going against Vargas. Checked his swing, and it's 2-1. For the next 2 weeks at least, we expect to see Chris Parmelee and Chris Colabello play first base for the Minnesota Twins. 2 of the more interesting stories to come out of the Twins organization in quite some time. The right side scooped up by Infante, and Parmelee is retired 1 away. Colabello, a longtime independent baseball signee. Parmelee was taken off the 40-man roster just a couple months ago.
Keep fighting. You'll love the game. You want to play it. Look at Ibanez. I mean, for Kansas City, 42 years old. You know, he's released by the Angels. He probably could have said, you know, I'm going to go home. He wants to continue his career.
Morales will hit. Chris Colabello today. Awkward swing by Morales. Colabello today met with the media and was asked, you know, whether it took him a little while to recover from being sent down to Rochester. He says, no, not really. He says he just wants to play.
Yep.
He says, I'll play in a men's league as long as I get a chance to play. Well, it's that attitude that has made Chris such an endearing guy and such an impactful player in April. 2 strikes to Morales, and a pop-up back and out of play. And in a roundabout way, I guess that's how we've got to describe Danny Santana. I don't know that it matters to Santana what level he's at. He just wants to play. The ball lifted to right center. And Ibanez with the catch, 2 away. And it'll bring up Willingham. If you can beat the best, join millions of players now on the only official Home Run Derby mobile game from MLB.com. Square off against your friends from around the world live in multiplayer derby mode and climb to the top of the leaderboards. Download today for free on the Apple App Store and Google Play. In the real deal, the real Home Run Derby, Giancarlo Stanton says he wants to participate. I think I'm going to try to get a seat in the back row of the upper deck in left field. Up and away, 2-0.
Yeah, there are going to be some balls flying at this ballpark.
It's going to be interesting for the left-handed batters because there really isn't much seating area in right field. There's going to be a lot of them hit under the open area out on the plaza, I would think. I think the back scoreboard area is definitely in jeopardy. The area that has the lineups on it behind the seating area in the upper deck. There's a pitch outside, 3-1.
I think Vargas wanted that pitch.
Correa had a 1-2-3-6. Vargas would like to have that. He'd rather not face Arcia with Willingham aboard. Popped up right side. Ibanez coming in. And he makes the catch. And Vargas has his 1-2-3-6. Make up our Grand Casino story of the game.
And that's been it. All the scoring so far. Moustakas with an RBI single, and then followed by Dyson's RBI single up the middle. Royals took a 2-0 lead, and Jason Vargas has taken over from there. 6 shutout innings so far for Vargas on 99 pitches, 60 strikes. And Kevin Correa, I thought he settled down nicely, but he's taken out of the ball game here after 6 innings. Matt Guerrero coming in for his 20th relief appearance.
Correa, 4 quality starts in his last 5 starts. Twins got such a quality start from Ricky Nolasco last night. Now Correa today. Escobar will lead off the 7th, taking strike 1.
Yeah, Matt worked here on Monday night. 1 shutout inning. Threw only 7 pitches.
One and one. Two and one. Two and two, and Escobar might find himself here in a couple weeks with the All-Star game being played here. He's had a very good first half for the Royals. Three and two.
Matt has worked 20 innings so far since being called up by the Twins in early May. 18 hits allowed, 7 runs all earned. 6 walks, 2 intentional.
A long way foul. That might hit the limestone. Foul straight back. Twins still carrying 13 pitchers. 5 right-handed relievers, 3 left-handed relievers. Full count to the leadoff man. Pop up left side. Plouffe. Fighting the sun, makes the catch. 1 down, and let's go to Marney Gellner.
Dick, you and Bert were talking about Chris Colabello and his call-up. Before the game, Colabello talked about the streak that he's been in over the last 12 games. He hit .319 in Rochester and said even the games when he didn't have hits, that he was still hitting the ball hard, having good at-bats, making solid contact consistently. He also said the key to continue swinging like that up here is to be himself, not let all the bells and whistles get in the way, because he admitted that earlier this year he started worrying about outside things and making sure he got hits and all those outside he called them bells and whistles. And Dick and Bert, Chris said he needs to relax because he knows he can contribute to this team and he would love to get another chance to do that.
Thank you, Marnie. Outside, and it's 2-0. Chris admitted that or said now this time he wants to make sure he concentrates on simply having a good at bat regardless of the outcome. And you can have a good at bat and not get a base hit. And he suggested that when he really struggled in the month of May, it was the outcome that was his focus rather than the process, if that makes any sense. Go up to the plate with a plan, stick to it, and give yourself a chance to have a good outcome. It's a 4-pitch walk to Hosmer, who's walked 3 times today.
Well, he had a great month of April. He just struggled in May.
Butler will bat. A limited number of season ticket locations are now available in the Delta Sky 360 Legends Club. Enjoy the second half of the season in padded seats. Enjoy the amenities that only the Legends Club can offer. The Delta Sky 360 Legends Club, the perfect combination of baseball and comfort. And you can find out more at twinsbaseball.com or 1-800-33-TWINS. Butler's had another quiet series here in Minnesota. Fox Tracks presented by Chrysler. He's had one single in 6 games here so far. And you can see the middle of the order has had a quiet series. 1-0. It's down the right field line, and Archie has got a long run. He's not going to get there, and the ball hits the sidewalk.
Remember here on Monday night, Matt Guerrero faced Butler. They intentionally walked after Dyson hit the triple. Guerrero came in, got Kane to pop up. Then they intentionally walked Eric Hosmer, and then Butler hit into the double play.
Well, this wasn't an intentional walk, but it might as well have been. They never threw him a strike.
Yeah, Hosmer's walked 3 times after getting 4 singles yesterday. He's walked 3 times here tonight. There's been 1 stolen base, and Hosmer not a base stealing threat against Matt Guerrero. He's had a couple double plays turned behind him.
Butler chases 1 and 2.
Good fastball right there that rode in on Butler, and he fouled it off.
One and 2. Twins haven't done much offensively, obviously, but they're trying to keep this a game that's within reach. Hosmer goes, swung on and foul. Hosmer with a couple of steals and 3 tries. Another 1-2 pitch. And another foul ball. Check swing and 2-2. Twins have only lost 4 series here at home. Now a couple of them have been 3-game sweeps. Started the year by losing their first 3 home games to the Oakland A's, who were swept in 3 games by the Dodgers. Strong on and miss, and Butler continues to struggle here at Target Field. 2 down.
Yeah, 3rd time Butler struck out here at today's ball game. Matt picking up a strikeout.
And that'll bring up Gordon.
He went to the breaking ball.
Out in front a little bit.
A little bit.
Here's Gordon. Tap to the right side, and an easy play for Parmalee. Good inning for Matt Guerrero. See if the Twins can get something done in the home half of the 7th. Oswaldo Arcia will lead things off.
For 2-0 lead. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC. Birdie. Vargas out there start his 7th inning of work on 99 pitches, 61 strikes.
It'll be Arcia, Plouffe, and Fryer.
Vargas has only one walk in the game so far, and that was Arcia in the 4th inning. Walked him on 4 pitches.
Fell behind him 3-0 in his first at bat. Up and in.
Arcia taking a little walk after that pitch up and in.
One and 0. Then he paints the corner down and away. Tigers will open up an 8-2 lead over Oakland. And another fastball for a strike. 1-2.
Vargas making his 11th career start against the Twins. 3 wins, 3 losses. Again, he had struggled here at Target Field, where he had an ERA over 7 in 5 starts, but not here this afternoon.
Twins with 10 runs, 15 hits yesterday, and not a single run here today. First day for however long they'll have to play without Joe Mauer. 3-2, Plouffe on deck. The thing they did last night, they were able to cluster some things together and send a lot of men to the plate. 10 men to the plate in 1 inning. Nothing of that sort so far here today. And Arcia will take a walk. Didn't swing the bat during the entire plate appearance.
Yeah, second walk that Vargas has given up, both of them to Arcia, but it's not only, you play without Joe Mauer. Joe Mauer just swinging a hot bat.
Yeah.
That's what you miss.
And now Plouffe. Maybe it's just the way it is in baseball these days, but it seems like it's been one regular player out, at least one, all season long for the Twins. Plouffe missed some time. About the time he was going to come back, Danny Santana was put on the disabled list. The Twins get Plouffe and Nunez back, and then within a couple games after that, Maurer goes out. Willingham missed most of first 2 months. Fox Tracks presented by Carrier. Moustakas, nice pickup, nice feed, nice double play. Plouffe with a 2-hopper, and Moustakas turns it into a double play.
Moustakas, very good defensive third baseman. Plouffe hitting this ball sharply. Kind of weighted back a little bit, making sure that that short hop didn't get him too close, and good feed over to Infante in the turn of the double play. First double play of the ball game for either side.
Eric Fryer takes a strike. Fryer with a couple of ground balls to the left side. Two strikes. Foul to the backstop. Perez wants a fastball up, and he got it. He got a strikeout. 7 shutout innings for Jason Vargas in a 2-0 lead.
All-Star Live debuts Monday, July the 7th at 5 p.m. on Fox Sports North. With over 50 hours of original programming, it includes special coverage leading up to and around the All-Star Game. Live interviews with former Twins and baseball legends. Features on past All-Star games in Minnesota, and we'll get you the latest news on the current All-Stars for the week-long festivities. For complete listings, go to foxsportsnorth.com.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Twins hoping to come back and win this game and have a good homestand, and then surrender the field to the All-Star game. Casey Fiend will pitch for the Twins in the 8th.
Yeah, 38th relief appearance for Casey Fiend. Only 25 hits allowed in 33 2/3 innings. Comes into this ball game very good, 2.41 ERA, 4 wins, 4 losses out of the bullpen. Only 6 walks in 33 2/3 innings for Fiend.
Face Perez, Ibanez, and Infante. First pitch popped up. Dozier, the infield grass, and away. Target Field Suites are available for single game rental for groups of 16 to 96. You can choose from the intimate premier suites, the flexible event suites, or the spacious Skyline suite at Target Field. Food and beverage is included in every purchase. Find out more at twinsbaseball.com/groups or call 833-TWINS to schedule your suite at a Twins game. Here's Ibanez. Got a note up on the board that Ibanez is the second oldest active player in the major leagues. Who in the world is the first? Who's older than 42? Terry Mulholland's still not playing, is he?
Jamie Moyer's gone.
A bonus trivia question. There's a drive to right field, and Ibanez cranks one out.
First home run as a Kansas City Royal, his 4th overall. They hit 3 for the Angels. And the 4th home run that Casey Fiend has allowed.
This is a guy that last year with Seattle hit 29 home runs, so he's still got some pop in his bat.
Yeah, a little cutter right there. Went right into the swing of Ibanez, and it's a 3-0 Royals lead.
And now Infante. Pop up. Parmalee across the line. Out number 2. We'll bring up Mike Moustakas.
We were told that Jason Giambi.
Okay. He's been on the disabled list most of the year. Well, I guess.
I didn't think he was in his 40s, Giambi, though.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Outside, ball 1. Moustakas drove in a run in the 2nd inning. And now Ibanez has made it a 3-0 lead. There's a strike. 1-1. Two and 1. 2 nights ago, the Twins lost a ball game to the Royals. They really didn't do much in that game, obviously, but they had chances. They had opportunities to score runs. Here today, they really haven't had much of an opportunity. Parmalee scoops it up, feeds Fiend, and that's the top of the 8th inning with the Royals getting a home run from Raul Ibanez.
The 8th inning coming up tonight. This afternoon, we will recap this one in Twins Live presented by CenturyLink. We'll look at how Jason Vargas has really kept the bats quiet today for the Twins. They have just 4 hits after 15 hits in last night's game. Chris Parmelee, though, does have a hit and has kept his hitting streak alive. We'll look at that, plus have reaction from manager Ron Gardenhire when the Twins and the Royals wrap up their series in just a bit. Dick and Bert.
All right, thank you, Marnie. It'll be Sam Fuld leading it off for the Twins against Wade Davis.
Yeah, well, Wade Davis might be the hottest reliever in all of baseball. He has been outstanding. The numbers on Davis: earned run average of 1.26. In 35 2/3 innings, he's allowed only 15 hits. 56 strikeouts for Wade Davis. Opponents hitting just 123, and right-handers are hitting only 0.066.
Strike 2 and 1. Weather was a lot colder. Davis made an appearance here, walked a couple men, and they both came in to score when the Twins scored 2 runs in the 8th. He came on in relief of Jason Vargas that day. 2 and 2. Popped up. And Moustakas shielding his eyes. 1 away. Yeah, there hasn't been anything in the way of a scoring threat for the Twins. The Twins got a leadoff hit from Parmelee in the 4th. He made it as far as second base. Fuld, with a challenge, was awarded a stolen base. Got to second in the 5th. That's been it. Nunez with 1 gone in the 8th. It was a Crow who walked those guys in the that 8th inning in relief of Jason Vargas back on the 13th of April. Strike 1.
Breaking ball getting over. Davis, former starter, now in the bullpen. Luke Hochevar last year, remember, did a great job out of that bullpen, former starter. He had the Tommy John surgery, out for the rest of the year.
2 strikes quickly to Nunez. And a foul.
Davis, in his second season with the Royals, came over from the Tampa Bay Rays in the Will Myers trade, along with last night's starter James Shields.
Shaved the corner with a fastball. 2 down.
That is his 57th strikeout in 36 1/3 innings. Well, Jason Vargas, for the second straight time against the Twins, shut him out for 7 innings here this afternoon. Only 4 hits, all singles, a couple walks, both of them to Arcia with 5 strikeouts.
Dozier 0 for 3. He takes a strike. Dozier struck out in the 1st, lined out to Moustakas in the 3rd, and then hit a ground ball to Moustakas in the 5th. Strike 2. 11 pitches, 9 strikes for Davis. Generally, when teams finally start moving forward and contending, something that typically starts with the back end of the bullpen. They in games like this, they know they're going to win. They think they're going to win because they've got shutdown guys to pitch the 8th and 9th innings, and that's what the Royals have had over the last couple of years. Holland's the best closer in the league no one's heard of. And Davis has been outstanding in this role, pitching the 8th. And he gets Dozier to chase and has a 1-2-3, 2 strikeout 8th inning. One on Sunday. Glenn Perkins had quite an outing.
Well, I don't know how you can pitch any better than Perk did right there. He had a great slider that day and picked up 3 strikeouts on 10 pitches. Saved his 20th of the year as the Twins beat the Rangers 3-2.
So if you do the math and you take 20 saves in the first half of the year, 20 saves in the second half of the year, that's 40. I know that, but Perkins would have to be considered with his first half performance. Would have to be considered for the All-Star game, I would think.
It would be his second appearance. It would be an honor again for Glenn Perkins. 45 strikeouts in 33 1/3 innings for Perk. Only 6 walks and 2 of those intentional.
Fastball on the outside corner to DYSON. Escobar and Hosmer will follow. 1-1. Dyson's had a couple of hits today. Two and one.
Perk last year 36 saves for the Twins. On pace for about 40 this year. The Twins give him that opportunity. Maybe more.
Three and two. Big road trip for the Royals because it is a long one. 3 cities, week and a half long. But it's a Kansas City team that's played better on the road than they have at home. Got a losing record at home this year. And a call, 3rd strike. Dyson knew it. And that'll bring up Escobar. CenturyLink linked to what's next. Reports out there that the Yankees have juggled their rotation a little bit and will not have Tanaka going tomorrow against Hughes. And saving him instead for Sunday, which would preclude him from pitching in the All-Star game. I like Yu Darvish, as we mentioned his name before, but when we were down in Texas, somebody asked Darvish, who's supposed to start on Sunday. Here's a ball slashed into the corner. And Escobar has an extra base hit. And it's a double with 1 out in the 9th. And Darvish says, no, he'll just go to the All-Star game. He'll be introduced, but he wants to go sightseeing instead of actually pitching in the All-Star game. A 1-out double for Escobar. That'll bring up Hosmer. Hosmer has walked 3 times. The day after he got 4 singles.
Well, if Tanaka has moved back, that's Sunday. He would still come back. You know, Thursday, probably Friday.
Yeah, you're right. He would, if he did pitch Sunday, he would pitch Friday and then be available. Right. So much All-Star talk.
I know.
I've talked my way into it being next week already.
I know. It's coming up quick.
1 strike to Hosmer.
This season's gone by fast so far. Guess it's all the vacations, I think.
And you'll be, I don't know if you can call it a vacation, but you're not going to be on the road trip.
No, I have to stay here. I'm doing the Fan Fest. I'm looking forward to that. Meeting a lot of people.
Right.
And then with the Futures game.
What will your duties be before the game itself? For preparing to manage. I mean, are you going to get the charts out and find out where all these minor leaguers?
I'm already working on that.
On the charts?
I'm getting to know the players that they gave me.
All right. Are we going to have like a lot of infield shifting going on in the Futures game?
Only if Tom Kelly starts it.
1 and 2.
And I know he doesn't particularly care for it, so we'll just let the kids play.
That's a ground ball through the hole to the left side. Escobar rounding third, and he'll score. And Hosmer continues to have a good series. And now it's a 4-0 Kansas City lead.
Hosmer picking up an RBI, his 36th of the year. Well, fastball up, and Hosmer, who picked up 4 hits and 4 at-bats last night, picks up his first here. But he's also walked 3 times here this afternoon. And Escobar, with his speed, scores.
And Butler's had a miserable series again here in Minnesota. 3 strikeouts today. He's grounded into 3 double plays, has just 1 single.
Nice crowd here this afternoon, 28,860.
There goes Hosmer. And Fryer's thrown out in time.
Hosmer getting a stolen base. Second stolen base for the Royals here this afternoon. Hosmer picks up his 3rd in 4 tries.
2 strikes to Butler.
Only the 2nd stolen base against Perkins. In 2 attempts.
To center field. Full with the catch, and Hosmer bluffs the tag. 2 down. Bottom of the 9th, and the Twins will have Parmelee, Morales, and Willingham, and then the Twins will need to get a few more guys to the plate. Gordon coming up for the Royals.
Twins have kept this guy quiet in this series. Only 1 hit, a double here on Monday night.
And today, Kevin Correa kept him in the infield. 4 ground ball outs. 2 to the left side, 2 to the right side. Swing and a miss. Royals with some late runs. 1 in the 8th, 1 so far here in the 9th.
Well, in Detroit up 9-3 over the Oakland A's. Looks like they're going to win. If the Royals win, they will still stay at a 4.5 games behind the Tigers.
This road trip for Kansas City finishes in, or not the road trip, but the stretch before the All-Star break finishes with a 4-game series with the Tigers in Kansas City. 2-1. And the Twins will have to figure out a way to get some production from the middle of the lineup in that time without Joe Mauer. Guys like Morales and Willingham are going to have to step it up a little bit. Three and one. And now Gordon with a walk, and Perkins is having a tough time here in the 9th inning. A couple of hits, a run so far, now a walk. And that'll bring up Salvador Perez.
I don't know why it is. Sometimes, you know, closers like Perkins, when they're not in that save situation, they seem to be not as sharp.
In Perkins' case, of course, it's been a while since he's pitched, and if he's going to have a rough outing, I guess better in an outing a game like this, you're already behind than trying to protect a 1-run lead. Down and in ball one. 21 pitches, 11 strikes. And Fryer runs the ball out to Perkins.
Well, that road trip that the Twins went on, Anaheim and Texas, Perk only pitched one time.
Right.
And that was on Sunday, the final game.
And he misses again. And kind of an exhausting homestand against the White Sox when 3 appearances, all over 20 pitches per outing. 2-1. That's the life of a closer, though. You'll have a week where you might be needed 5 times, and then maybe go through the next week and only get to pitch once. 2-1 to Perez. 3-1. Lorenzo Cain on deck. '25th pitch for Perkins. It's lashed to center field. Fuld is there. That ends the inning. Royals leave 2. They score 1. It's Chris Parmelee who will try to start a 9th inning comeback. Twins find themselves down 4-0 going to the bottom of the 9th inning. They've got the middle of the lineup due to hit here, but of course that middle of the lineup is without Joe Mauer, and it'll be Greg Holland, the closer, in a non-save situation.
Yeah, Holland has been outstanding. A 1.99 ERA, making his 34th relief appearance. 31 2/3 innings. He has 49 strikeouts. So between him and Davis, they are a great 1-2 tandem out there. And then you stick in Herrera, and they get some great arms out in that bullpen. Holland 23 saves on the year.
Parmelee has his average up to 290, trying to get aboard here to start the 9th. And a crisp 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Strike one.
Yeah, Holland tied with Fernando Rodney with the Mariners for 23 saves, most in the American League. What's that? Split finger.
Well, I read an interview that he did a week or so ago, and he said a lot of people mistake his splitter with his slider. They get them too confused. They're very similar pitches. And there's another one in the dirt.
I have to say that's a splitter right there.
The other one might have been a slider, but he says if hitters don't know what it is, I'm not about to tell them. And it kind of helps him on the mound with hitters unable to distinguish one pitch from the other.
Yeah, but if they both look the same,
yeah,
you call it a slider or a splitter.
1-2 to Parmelee.
It's a strikeout pitch no matter what it is. That ball darted away, so that has to be the splitter. Unless you have the Bruce Kison backup slider.
Parmelee, Morales, Willingham, and the Twins hope about 4 more.
Bruce Kison, a teammate of mine with the Pirates, now a scout. Still don't know how he held that backup slider.
Fouled.
Holland, 28 years old, his 5th season with the Royals. Made the All-Star team last year. I would assume he's headed again there this year.
Parmelee down the line, but I think he cracked his bat. It hooks foul.
Tell you what, Chris is on everything. He's just swinging a bat so well. Even when he grounded out in the 6th inning, he hit the ball sharply. Infante had to dive to his left to save a base hit.
Two and two. Shift will beat him here. Ground ball up the middle, and Escobar throws him out. 1 down. Twins asked to score 4 runs against Holland. They've only scored 2 runs against him in his career. And now Morales.
Last year, Holland 47 saves for the Royals, a 1.21 ERA in 67 innings pitched. He had 103 strikeouts in the 67 innings. They found a gem.
96 miles per hour, but off the plate.
And it really opens up. His delivery is probably, you know, a pitching coach would say, boy, you can't do that. You can't open up and show your arm as quick as he does. Just flies open. Comes right at you.
You can see it particularly from the center field camera. He extracts the ball from the glove and shows the ball to the hitter. And you'd think if you were looking close enough, you might be able to detect the grip. Popped up back into the seats.
It's a matter of seeing it and then trying to hit it.
2-1 to Morales.
Well, Holland was drafted by the Royals in the 10th round of 2007 out of Western Carolina University.
Down and away. 11 pitches, 6 strikes for Holland.
Take a look at the delivery right here. Kind of takes the ball out of his glove.
Three and two. On the ground to Moustakas, playing on the other side of the infield. 2 down. And that'll bring up Willingham as the Twins' last hope. Willingham with a quiet day. Twins with a total of 4 hits, 4 singles, 2 by Parmelee, 1 by Plouffe, 1 by Fold. Only took 1 walk, excuse me, 2 walks. Arcia twice. Obviously have not scored, have not gotten a man as far as third base. One and 0 to Willingham. Two and 0. Three and 0 with Arcia on deck. Ball 4. Willingham will take a 2-out walk. And Arcia, who's walked twice, will come to the plate. Arcia with a fly to left, a walk in the 4th, and a walk in the 7th. In the second inning at bat, when he flew out to left, he had a 3-0 count. And lifted a fly ball to left.
Twins try to stay out of that shutout. Last time the Royals shut out the Twins, have to go back to 2006. Here in Minnesota. August 29, 2006. Twins have been shut out 5 times this year. Most recent by Darvish and the Rangers on that road trip.
Willingham goes to second. Royals don't care. 2 strikes to Arcia. Arcia with a chance to drive in a run with a hit to the outfield. But he's behind in the count 0-2. Did he go? No. Checked his swing. It's 1-2, and another nice block by Perez.
Very close. Pull it back.
Very close. 1-2. And breaking ball of some sort. Throws Arcia And the Royals win this series against the Twins 2-1.
Well, again, first time the Twins have been shut out by the Royals since 2006. Not much offense here this afternoon. Jason Vargas shut the door on the Twins.
And Tom Hanneman, this homestand, the last one before the All-Star break, starts with a series loss to the Royals.
Dick, the Royals record their 5th shutout win of the season, the second that Jason Vargas has been part of. We'll talk about his day against the Twins on Twins Live. Chris Parmelee extends his hitting streak, and we'll hear from Gardy.